No, I haven't been streaming lately. Too bad. Oh, that'll do. Some instrument lights on. I've got to remember how to drive this thing now. Driver's brake on. Where's all the buttons? Batteries on. Want C4 on. P's a B on. We want to be in U mode. That'll do. Nope. Headlights. Up, up, up. P's a B's on. Oh, good. Right, we've got a light. We do. Let's go. I love the 143. It's spectacular. It's different to drive as well, being AFB driven. But we're non-stop now to Aschaffenburg, other than signals that tell us to stop, obviously. AFB, so basically this loco is driven by cruise control. It's a new feature since Rosig Nord, and it's only on the German train simulates because of these shunting controls. Ooh, before we switch over then, someone remind me, I'll do you a quick tutorial on how to use the shunting controls, because they're quite good fun. They're a bit different as well. Alright, we've come out of that. We're in PZBU, so I'm going to... Actually, we're in brake mode G, so 90 kilometers an hour limit. Oh, immediately we're being hit with a double yellow. Oh, green. Okay, let's just keep the speed modest. This is just going to be one of those runs, isn't it? Gentle climb up to Heikenbrücken, and then we make the run round and down the ramp. That's the Würzburg high-speed line to Würzburg going over the top. Alright, we've got double... Brought the e-brake in, start slowing us down. Just turning the AFB off. See you later, Sack Pony. Yeah, no, essentially, there's, yes, I'm aware of a problem with that one, and it's because the train isn't quite where it wants to be, so it just puts you at a random location on the route. So, yeah, I'll try and get that fixed at some point. Just a bit of speed at least. I think that signal's changed, but I can't see it yet. Yep, there it is. I get the feeling we're tailing a passenger train. Hopefully we get to pass it at Heigenbrück, and if I can keep close enough to it, it might give me the road through beyond it at Heigenbrück, and we'll have to see. Or maybe Law, depending on what happens. Or was that Law? No, that wasn't Law. That was Langenbad-Zollens. See you later, MLP Derek. Know what you're failing. I didn't build the route. It'll at least outrun me, but then I'll keep catching it up again at the passenger stations, won't I? Good night, Chris. When we get onto Hudson next, I was going to do run in the M7A, followed by a run in the P32. How does that sound? Freight going the other way. Right, we're now AFB'd up to our maximum speed of 90 kilometers an hour because we are in brake mode G. Oh, I know what it is, P-Schlick. I'm actually in mode O. Sorry, in mode U, but I think I turned P-B on first. Yeah, okay, I knew that would happen. Never change P-B mode when you're in the middle of driving. I turned P-B off, on and off again, and it got upset. To be honest, Coulter, as long as you're not applying any power, you can apply the e-brakes as well as the train brakes. Or if you bring it down into the minimum position, it won't apply any power at all. That's better. Now we've got the right mode on. And we're on a downhill grade, so it's, you know, if you were going to stop anywhere, the downhill grade is the one to do it. That's better. P-B's showing the right thing. no kind of monitoring coming up, so we can continue up to 90. We should be unmolested ahead of us now. Meanwhile, 82 passenger trains are stopped behind us. You'd say that, probably. There's a big freight. Oh, it's double header freight behind me. Look, crikey. Oops. That freight won't be passed. See, I am holding up a westbound double header fast freight because I'm special. Yeah, I have used the notch auxiliary control. Night, Eds. Go forth and create flat spots. You know me too well. You're right, I forgot about the tractive force meter. Lempane, oh hello. You've all TS routes except this. Oh yeah, pick it up when you can, definitely. Set, joining up with a high speed line. Lol. SimUK, there isn't a downloadable timetable yet for MSB. I believe it is in progress though. In fact, I had an action from a meeting today to find out where it was at. And then got busy, so I'll do that tomorrow. Leisurely run at 90 kilometers an hour. Moggy, thinking of treating yourself to the Soldier Summit extension. Isn't Soldier Summit extension part of TS19? And if so, would it not be cheaper to get TS19? I can't remember. I can't remember if that's one of the ones that was in there or not. But no, you won't go wrong with Soldier Summit extension. It's quite nice. It makes that route pretty huge, actually. Right, let's finish this cold tea. Get another one. I'm still slightly disgraced at myself that I've got tea in a Tassimo thing. It just feels like. But hang on a minute, isn't a tea bag a pin or something? Less than. How is this a good idea? Hey there on the car. Careful folks, the speed limit's dropping to 130. A lovely glow on the ground. Oh, you got the rest already, Moggy. Fair enough. What do I think of the Tassimo machine? Oh, I love this Tassimo machine. It's brilliant. One of the best things I've got for it. One of the best things I had for it. Oh, there it is this thing, which makes it just spit out boiling water. Which is what I use for like if I want to do green tea or something. Yeah, the audio team nailed this one, SimUK. They did an amazing job. The route audio is particularly good. Have you had a look around the docks, SimUK? You have to walk there because there's no train, there's no diesels to get there. But if you have a look around the docks, you'll find there's other stuff going on. There's the Lord Gamundan train sat. Is he ready to go yet? Oh, he's only just arrived. That's a law service that's just arrived. Yeah, you've got this branch line down here which is diesel only, and then over in Aschaffenburg you've got all this area here with the docks and branch lines and so forth. Baby and kid, right, you just bought it, so it better be good. No pressure, Danny. We're on the climb now. We're going via Pietus. I can never remember how to say it. That place beginning with Peter. Then we'll be on the way through Weisthal and then Heigerbrücken, and then we're downhill. Race down the ramp, hopefully not too racy, and then the short run to Aschaffenburg. DPP, creating new scenarios including some of the branch lines will be so much fun, especially with the shunter. Totally, yeah. What we need now is a shunter. Other than Sifa, nice chilled run until we suddenly find a yellow signal and then it's all hands to anchors. So SimUK, what are your highlights and lowlights from this one then? Trainman, thank you very much for the follow. Peterstein. Partenstein, that's the word. That's the name, Partenstein. What do you think about the destination board, SimUK? Not showing any kind of lag on this side, Baked Bean Kid. Yeah, to experience destination board SimUK. Wow. They're simple, but they do add a bit of fun to it, to be honest. Trainman, do I have Deadman on? Do you mean Sifa? In which case, yes. I've got all safety systems on. Another fast freight heading eastbound. That might not be a fast. No, it probably is a fast. That doesn't look that long. What's this? 100? Just doing under 100 anyway, so that's not really a problem for us. Next waypoint's Weisthal. Welcome back, CG. Notice in the HUD up there we can see that the next main signal is a red, but we're 3 kilometers away from it. So, and I think the train in front is probably about 1.5 to 2 kilometers ahead of us. So. Oh, definitely, Ben. I should definitely be at Omar this Easter. Yeah, we got a lot of mixed feedback on the tutorial SimUK. It's definitely something that I want to look to revising how we do. Now, interestingly, you should say you found them limited because Jordan actually tried to open them up more than they have been in previous routes. So it's interesting that the feedback is that they're still feeling too limited. But the nature of the tutorial is you kind of have to guide in a very limited way, otherwise you have to cope with all the million possible ways they can get it wrong, which starts becoming 90% defensive code. Hey, baby kid. Yeah, I know. I've been surviving the whole colds thing quite nicely. It says, touch wood. I'm in teeth. I should probably drink it. Notice how that light went green. I'm trying to drive to the signals rather than driving to the HUD. I'm choosing the HUD as a reminder. Yes, the scenario team do a really good job in featuring some element of tutorial into what they're doing as well. So things like the fast freight scenario is a really good way of learning how that side of things works. Oh, look at that. Is this Wise Tile? I think it must be. Heaven forbid they put a station sign somewhere. Not yet, SimUK. By the way, View Tracker is now working great with this. The mouse support actually works a treat for controlling this. I just need to set it up a bit better before I switch it on properly. But yeah, the built-in mouse support works great. Had a bit of a chat back and forth on the Steam forums with the author and we got it sorted. Oh, Baked Bean Kid, that is so mean. I love it. Yeah, View Tracker can output to a map, output to a mouse. I'll turn it on in a minute, just show you what it looks like. I've got a minute. Yeah, if your tracking system has mouse output, then it seems to work fine. So I am using this. And then under mouse emulation, you just dial the map at mouse X to yaw, map mouse Y to pitch, dial your sensitivity accordingly, and press start, and that's it. That's all you need to do. We spent a bit of time at 60. Let's put a bit of space in front, so let's get back up to 90. We should be on the run up to Eichenbrücken now. So on the schedule, big dog. So we're going to do this. I'm going to do a quick tutorial on shunting controls, which take 5 minutes, and then we're over to the Hudson line. Speed limit 120. That's not really a big problem for me. Mobile tablet with timetable. Yeah, in fact the Germans I'm sure would like to have the Abula live connected to what's going on with the train, running on the timetable on the tablet as well. Yeah, trust me, these my personal feature list is enough to annoy the dev team on a per minute basis. The number of times I get told shut up and go back to my seat. Oh, that's really good. Now, if only it could go away. All right, fair enough. The Moggy variable for wiper sweep. The original engineer never put that in, so. Oh, car transporter wagons. Oh, there's another little trick for you to look at, SimUK, and anybody else, obviously. Go over to the ladders on the Zackens and the layers. The guy who did them set them up. He put so that you walk up them. Feels like you're climbing a ladder. More bit of an animation. It's quite neat. You can walk all around up there, top deck and bottom deck of the layers. You just have to use your imagination and pretend you're not being electrocuted on the Zackens. Oh, I didn't acknowledge it. Dipstick. Why all white? Technical reasons. Figuring something out wasn't going to work, too late in the day, etc, etc. Something to optimise later on. Setting them all to different colours was going to create quite a lot of extra load on the draw calls and things. So, the way we had planned to do it. We didn't find that out until too later on. Never mind. You shut up, please. Thank you. Yeah, I failed. Brake cylinders are emptying. Make sure we got to 40 because we're in monitoring now. Oh, the light just went. There we go. Notching up. I kind of don't want to have something straight in front of me when we go down the hill anyway. Thistledroid, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. Yeah, so SimUK and anyone else, ladders on the car transporter and the tanker wagon, you can press E and climb up and down the ladders. Look at the animation, and I was really pleased when I did that, because I was like, I wonder if he's made the ladders work. Press D, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. The blue thing on the speedometer is the AFB target speed, so AFB is a bit like a cruise control train man. This is Heigenbrücken. We're now at the summit. Yeah, sounds on the cards is definitely on the cards at some point, Big Dog. McBone, thank you very much for the resub. 29 months. Where have you been hiding? Have some of my cash. Well, thank you very much, sir. Much appreciated. Oh, green with the Greg Spec green. Right, in that case, let's run to the limit. Woohoo! Let's just do it a little bit under the limit. What's with AI-driven trains and doors? Passengers would walk through them. What? Never seen that before. That's bizarre. No, that shouldn't happen. Getting up to 60 kilometers an hour. This is where we get stung by the signal coming into Laufach. Because you're pretty much on the depth of the height, the worst bit of the gradient. And if there's a train sat in Laufach, it is not pretty. So one thing to always remember, because all of the wagons, all the trains that you're running on service mode are fully loaded, you're over all the weight limits for PTBM, so you are running PTBU, and it's all set for goods timing, which again, because of the length and weight of the train, it's all set for goods mode on the brakes, which means they react a lot slower. You notice how the AFB is not managing the speed. That's better. Just about it. We're managing speed now. Why does it react slower? Because it's a longer train. In order to prevent airflow, air in each of the wagons getting out of, being disbalanced, they slow down how much air goes in or out, so that it has time to stay reasonably balanced. Otherwise, you'd end up with half your wagons with brakes on and half without brakes on, or something. So it purposefully reduces the rate of change, so that it's better. It's better. You get more even braking, but it means that it's slower to apply. Peachlick, I think if you have a look at the spec thing on here, is it on here? They actually don't rate the E for in goods mode. So in goods mode, it's got a rating, but there's no e-brake rating in goods mode at all. So when you're doing your calculations, you shouldn't even use the e-brake at all as far as the calculations are concerned. They don't expect it to be effective. As with all things, the driver is in charge of the train. No system replaces that. We're on the 1 in 48. We're just about holding speed. If anything, we're losing speed slightly, which is fine. What's a T-brake, Moricon? Go on, what's a T-brake? Is that what when you sit back? Answer Sifa. And have a nice sip. Oh, this is my son's London Underground Cup. I think we got it at Covent Garden. "12 kilometres to Aschaffenburg. We're not too far from Lofak now." Oh, 1 in 83. We must be almost at Lofak. Should be around this corner, I guess. Yep, here's the junctions. Is that a westbound freighter, or is that a passenger? That's freighter. Oh, double header. AFB can hold it now. And I can put this up to 90. This is where a German station turning. I'm swearing on top. I know. Constantly afraid of when we get to a certain Austrian route, assuming it's got a train station, and then that's it. My age rating is gone. It doesn't. Excellent. Oh, there are plenty of fails, Kyle. Randalator, 26 months and probably 25 and 24 at the same time. Good to see you. Leaving normality and streaming again. Remember to download the correct installer for installing stuff on FSX. FSX? I've uninstalled that at the moment, actually. Thank you very much, Randalator. Service descriptions mentioned if the freight train's double header or not. So my plan, which failed miserably, was to actually put the train weights on as well. Let's acknowledge it this time, shall we? Yeah, my plan was to get the train weights in the descriptions, whether they were double-headed or not, but I was shifting things around, and it all has to go through localization relatively early on, which then that really hampers what you can then modify at the last minute. There. So this would be Hoseback we're coming up to now. Oh, I didn't. No, I didn't do anything wrong. What did I do? Oh. No idea. I'll have to look at the video and find out what I did wrong there. Getting ready to acknowledge this one and suddenly the alarm goes off. Oh, I didn't, from the previous thing, I didn't get down to 55 and stay down at 55. That's what I did wrong. I saw the green and assumed, oh, I can just get back up. No, you can't. You're still under 38 seconds, I think it is, to get down to... what's it? Never mind. 7.6 kilometers. We will get to Aschaffenburg, one way or another. Right, we're powering up again. Installing Quality Wing 787, downloaded P3 installer and then wonder why it would complain about your flight one where you bought it login for. I did invest in X-Plane, and I've got a Cytec yoke now as well, so at some point I might do a bit of flying. I just love driving the German routes. Absolutely love driving the German routes. PZB just makes it so much more fun. Fails aside. Honeycomb Aeronautical. Oh no, I got the yoke from work. I won't say how much I paid for it because I'll upset people. Got pedals as well. The fails make it fun for the viewers. Absolutely. I'm enjoying it as well. Come on, get out of monitoring. 6.5 kilometers. Right, we're out of monitoring. I didn't nick it, I paid for it. Didn't pay much, but I paid for it. SimUK, you can already mix and match between MSB and RSN. So this loco is an RSN loco. And it's working as AI and as selectable on passenger and freight services on MSB. And similarly, the 185.2 from RSN is usable on MSB as well, in some of the services that the 185.2 and Railion livery can work on. And then the 185.2 Railion works on RSN. The 146 doesn't work on RSN because they don't run there in reality. So I didn't put the setup for that. I'll give you a quick look at the menu in a minute, SimUK, just so you can see. It's just in the services list. I really need to do a studio update article talking about how service mode works with all the substitution stuff, because the team have done an amazing job setting it up. It's really clever. How do you mean pre-selected, SimUK? In terms of what it can do, then yeah, basically when you set a service up, and the same applies to scenarios actually. When you set a service up, you can say what minimum power constraints you need. So, you know, this needs to be a minimum 4 axles, it needs to be a minimum X horsepower, it needs to be a minimum weight, or you know, all that kind of thing. Then there's tags that you can use to sort of say it must be something which has DB Cargo Deutschland tag or whatever, so that you can constrain, so you don't get American trains appearing on German routes. And then it will look at all of the locos that comply with that. And if you add a new loco via a DLC or something which complies with it, then you go back to your older route. It, in theory, might appear, or should appear in the service mode as a new loco that can do services that manage that. So in this instance, some of these services I've set up to be lighter services, and then I've set the tagging up so that they require a lesser power, so they've got lower tractive effort requirements. Down to 55 now. So they've got lower tractive effort requirements, which means the 143 will swap into them naturally. Right, we are now under 55 kilometers an hour, so we are good. And the next signal we need to be doing 40. Are there any more UK lines coming to this game? Probably fair to say that in the fullness of time, yes, but there's nothing been announced. Yes, indeed, Pishlik. Yeah, there's a tag that says whether or not it's got the banking com capability on it, and that excludes it from the ones that they can't have there. So you can use the tags. They're freeform. You can use tags for anything you like. AFP to 40 kilometers an hour. P2B acknowledged again. Maintain 40 kilometers an hour. Beepy beepy beep. It's just, I'm going to call this train Tony, because all it does is play dones. Wee bit of breaking the speed limit going on here. No one noticed, so that's fine. We're actually off the passenger lines now. The passenger lines at this point will have gone down that way. So all of the freight services use these two sidings. So one siding for east traffic, one siding for west traffic. As you'll stop there and then get out, and then the AI will take the train off. No, LZB isn't deprecated. It's actually the newer technology for higher speed train simulate, but we haven't got a simulation for it. It certainly wouldn't be appropriate for a 143 because it can't do 100. It can only do 120 miles an hour. But essentially, to get above 160 kilometers an hour, because 160 is the limit for PZB, LZB can take you up way beyond there. So ICEs use it to get up to 300 kilometers an hour. That's more of like a moving block signalling type system. Yeah, some of them did, because you don't need to be able to go above 160 to be able to use LZB. It does what it does. It means you can work within the ecosystem of other trains using LZB. More lollipops, Moggy. I love this epic signal tower up here. Yeah, it's a bit sort of like TVM 430, I think, in some ways, Alex. It's fixed blocks, but they're like massive blocks of 100 kilometre or something like that. And then within those blocks, train is managed. The distance between trains is managed, I think. I can't remember exactly. I haven't really looked into it myself. Oh, the Schaffenburg Heigenbrücken train over there on the left, in platform 1. Don't need AFB anymore. Hey Montenegro, how's it going? Right, there's the red marker of stoppage. That's quite a pleasant run. And for those that don't remember, you can turn that off if you don't want it. Control 7. Hey, thank you for the follow, Montenegro. Much appreciated. Good night, Emma. Yeah, we can, the red light's up there somewhere, it's alright. We got 100 points? Way, 107 points. Was it worth it?